Welcome to the Patriot Hour. I'm Michael, your host for 5/16/2018. It's a Wednesday evening. We got some new Anon Q clearance updates, breadcrumbs, drops. Don't go anywhere, and we're going to get right into them.
You know what letter that is, Grover?
I think so.
What letter is this?
Q.
Q. This is indeed a Q.
All right, welcome back to the Patriot Hour. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like, ring the bell, maybe after the video leave a comment, share. If you're new to the whole Q, what is it? There's tons of videos floating around out there, so we're going to get right into them because there's quite a few, folks, so bear with me here. All right, so I believe the last one I read was 1367. So yeah, I didn't do any updates yesterday. I apologize, but I was busy doing some other things, looking into stuff. Big things coming, folks. So okay, Q 1368. This came at 2218. So 1018 last night, or on the 14th. Allison Mack, Nexum, arrested. Or Nexium, arrested, date, when does a bird sing? Schneiderman resigns, date, coincidence, eyes wide open, who will be next? Watch NYC, watch CA, Q. And I might have read that one, it seems like I did, but maybe I just looked for updates yesterday and saw that. So either way, I read it. All right, so now we're into May 15th. We're going to go 1369. In the series, this came at 004, so just like 4 minutes after midnight on the 15th, early morning. Got a hashtag 1776. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate the government's long established should not be changed for light and transient causes, and accordingly all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable than the right to themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations pursuing invariable the same object evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. SoundCloud, Breitbart, News, Eric Prince. We have sessions with the in the kill box reversed, kind of. So we fight Q. Let me click that. This SoundCloud. -minute conversation here. So I'll check that out. I might post that individually. All right, we're going to go to 1370. In the series, Q puts at 032. So this was 32 minutes after midnight on the 15th. Early morning again. Why was Preet Bharara, I don't even know how to say that, fired? Why was the New York AG just removed? Why did Rudy recently join POTUS legal team after being quiet for so long? What must be cleaned first? Who investigates? Who prosecutes? What can finally be done? Who has the ultimate authority? Does it fall under the Russia recusal? Does Flynn know? Define on the record. You have more than you know. Enjoy the show. Q put that. 1371. Got an anonymous poster posted at 31 minutes after midnight. The stuff about the NYPD isn't just coming out. I've heard about that during the campaign, but maybe the public wasn't ready for it yet. No one wanted to believe it then. Q puts at 41 minutes past midnight. Find the two NYPD detectives 187 mid-2017. Did they view the insurance file? Threats are real. This is not a game. That just jumped on me. So some kind of update possibly. Okay, so this is not a game. Again, that came at 41 minutes after on the 15th. This one, 10:45 a.m. on the 15th. So later on that morning, 1372 in the series. Time of publish, 4 a.m. Time of drop, coincidence? Fight to reinstall roadblock. Bloomberg AMPS news article. Bahara said to weigh independent race for NY Attorney General. Who is Richard Donahue? Background, pain. So there's a Bloomberg, see if it's still up. When New York jury convicted ex-Assembly Speaker Sheldon Silver on bribery charges last week, the biggest winner might have been Preet Bharara, even though he was nowhere near the courtroom. Okay. I will link that article. Well, the Qs are always linked, so you'd be able to get to it. Okay, we're going to go to 1373 in the series, folks. This came at 10:48 a.m. on the 15th. Yes, he really said this as an anonymous poster. We the people are the rightful masters of both Congress and the courts, not to overthrow the Constitution, but to overthrow the men who would pervert the Constitution. Abraham Lincoln. Q puts at 10:51 in response to that, they knew this day would come, evil everywhere, corruption everywhere. We fight, we the people. Q. Okay, so now we had an anonymous poster again. This came at 10:50 a.m. on the 15th. It is apparent to us Anons what crimes Preet is complicit in. I don't know how these people keep thrusting themselves into the spotlight when they are pure evil. Q puts in response to that anonymous post, 10:57 a.m. What do you notice? They all drop hints they are considering future elected positions. Why? Claim interference. Attack on opposition party. Protection. Can you serve from jail? That was 1374 in the series. We're going to go to 1375. Q puts at 11:06 on the 15th. Altruists, we thank you. Patriots, we thank you. We came here for a reason, talking about this platform. The 4chan, 8chan, Great Awakening. Freedom of information, no filters. History books, be proud, together. WWG1, WGA. Where we go one, we go all. Q. That was 1375. This one came at 11:20 on the 15th, 1376. Did you catch it? Speech. What NYPD detectives were 187 mid-2017? Officer Familia. 1. Godspeed Patriot. We will never forget. Anonymous poster puts at 11:22. This is 1377 in the series. At POTUS, I have directed the Justice Department to do everything in its power to defend the lives of American law enforcement. At POTUS, I have directed the Justice Department to do everything in its power to defend the lives of American law enforcement. Q puts at 11:28. In response, do you trust POTUS? Question mark. Does POTUS trust Sessions to protect the lives of our brave law enforcement? Question mark. Our country? Question mark. Reconcile. Would Sessions be Attorney General, AG, still if deep state? Critical thinking dismisses fictional clickbait claims. He's telling you there to critical thinking, doing your homework, connecting the dots is going to outbeat fictional, clickable, clickbait, false claims. It keeps jumping. So, okay, that was 1377. 1378 in the series. Anonymous, no, that was a Q post. So this was at 1432 on May 16th, today. Is there one before that? Okay, so this is earlier today, folks. On 014, so way early this morning, just 14 minutes after, early this morning. And he reposts one from March 3rd at 2300. Stay together, be strong, get organized, be heard, fight the censorship. You, the people, have all the power. You simply forgot how to play. Together you are invincible. They want you divided. They want you silenced. Make noise. We're with you. Make it rain. And then he adds to this, North Korea news today equals fake. Twitter news today equals real. Under the radar. Free speech manipulation in the kill box in the brackets. Visibility / reach. FB fake account deletion, 100% fake. Checks and balances, none. Internet Bill of Rights, brought back up. Narrative control, in the brackets, bandwidth test, public response, test limitations, midterms. Politicians bought and paid for, question mark on that. Start a storm. Okay, so got to get a list of all the politicians bought and paid for, and that could be a very, very long list. All right, so anonymous poster, Google betrays anti-Breitbart bias with lying home assistant answer. Google Home, the tech giant's voice-activated personal assistant, responded to a question about Breitbart news by reading off an anti-Breitbart hit piece from the Huffington Post. So Twitter officially admits to shadow banning users in all but name. Unbelievable. So Q puts at on today at 0110 1:10 a.m. We got 5.2 in the brackets. NP 8.11 speaker. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 X's. Your protection against. JD 813 ABC has an interest in this. NP 814 Peer 39. Why is my computer coming up saying non-profit on that NP? Is it non-profit? Nancy Pelosi, 814. Look into that. So I'm again just reading these for the first time with you guys, folks. Q, May 16th. That was 1379, so we're at 1380. Of course, today, 10:42 a.m., earlier. No such agency, right? Versus clowns in America. NSA versus CIA. Today, now, what is being revealed? What will it lead to? P.S. Faces of lawmakers stepping out. Focus. When did Admiral R step down? Reconcile. Nunes. Gowdy. DOJ, FBI. Next 1/2. 1/2. Focus. Faces of lawmakers stepping out. Faces of them. All right, 1381 in the series, Follow the Pen. This came at 1345, 1:45 p.m. Follow the Pen, already written, letters left visible to match. WWG1, WGA, where we go one, we go all. All right, Representative Jim Jordan. It's high time for transparency. The DOJ and FBI continually and repeatedly thwarted congressional oversight. We're asking at real Donald Trump to direct the Attorney General to give us the documents because the American people deserve answers. So this is Congress of the United States, May 15th. The Honorable Donald J. Trump. Read a little bit here. We wrote to request that you exercise your authority as President of the United States to instruct Attorney General Jeff Sessions to immediately produce all documents requested by Congress relating to our investigation of certain prosecutorial and investigative decisions made by the Department of Justice and FBI in 2016 to 2017. In May of 2017, Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein informed Congress that the special counsel's investigation should not impede ongoing congressional investigations. Additionally, Mr. Rosenstein requested that congressional efforts could coordinate with the Department of Justice. So, they're just asking for all these papers that are just being slow played, slow walked, whatever lingo you want to use, folks. I keep up with Judicial Watch in the same way they do to them. It's anytime it has to do with their own internal FBI, these other three-letter agencies, and paperwork that wants to be seen when it involves weird things going on over there, they come up missing, they slow play, it's a current, ongoing, blah-de-blah-de, and they want to keep it sealed forever. I agree. I'm glad that they're stepping up and requesting in a manner like this. It's worth being looked at. There's lots of real crimes that are worth being looked at. Okay, so we're going to go to 1382. Anonymous poster at 1345. Why is PS in London for Comey and Operation Hurricane? Q just puts SYSIS, period. Anonymous poster post 1383 at 1347. 1383 in the series, 1347, 1:47 p.m. today. A picture from Q dropped a week ago. White House official letterhead, tip of a pin, or the back end of a pin, and then a tip of a binder. And I remember that would reviewing the another Nunes release or something. Mobile Twitter Jim Jordan status. So Jim did the same picture. Unbelievable. Let's check that out. Let me see here. I'll copy this. Copy. Paste it. Not seeing it. That's just his post. So let me see. All right, so I'll look into that. I'm not sure what he's saying here. Okay, anonymous poster 1347, 147, 1384 in the series. Video of Jurassic Park, kind of pointing the head. New eyes joining the Q fight. Those with an agenda to silence will fail. Pain coming, Q. That was at 1349 in response to the video. New Eyes joining the Q fight. All right, 1385. This comes at 1525, so 3:25 p.m. 1385 in the series. U.S. history in brackets ABCs. SYS in brackets FBI. Then you got C_A. Did the covert counterintelligence branch of the FBI end? Or was it expanded into a new agency? Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Jumping. Double meanings exist. SIS is good. Question mark. UK, US. US, UK. 1386. Anonymous poster here with, you just asked us to follow the pin. Why is everyone trying to establish this with letter? Shouldn't we wait until it comes out, the report? May 2nd, Donald J. Trump says that he may at some point have to use his presidential powers to declassify info. I remember that. I read it right here on the show. I think it was a Patriot Hour. Scott read that. May 10th, 8 days later, Q post a picture of the pen laying on top of paper containing the White House seal. Pin pictures indicates upcoming executive orders. The picture is titled DOJ Nunes Release. May 15th, 3 members of Congress request Donald J. Trump to use his powers to release the documents. And then on May 16th, we got the Q post, follow the pen, already written. Letters left visible to match. Jim Jordan, where we go one, we go all. 5/16/18. Okay. So 1532, Q post a Donald Trump, 1387 in the series. A rigged system. They don't want to turn over documents to Congress. This is on the 2nd of May. What are they afraid of? Why so much redacting? Why such unequal justice? At some point, I'll have no choice but to use the powers granted to the presidency and get involved. EO unreleased executive order. Today was the precursor. It must be requested officially first. Correct? Q. And then he responded at 1536. Q puts Freedom Caucus 2015. Coincidence? Okay, we're finally up here towards the top, I think. I didn't miss anything. I'll go back through, but it was jumping a little bit. But 1388 in the series, folks, 1700. So 5 o'clock, right? 5 o'clock on the dot. We got why are POTUS supporters screaming for end? POTUS witch hunt end. Add Rudy. Quiet. Can the investigation officially publicly drop POTUS from review and continue? Why did the Podesta group close shop? Why are known bad actors in full support of Mueller? Why did POTUS interview FBI Director Mueller a day prior to Supreme Court appointment, SC, if impossible to assign position? Why did Sessions recuse? What are the powers of Huber /IG H in parentheses question mark? Got an article here for Breitbart. Who has the power? Who can know? Are D's using a midterm tactic to win House? Are D's using it as ammo to gain majority to impeach? Impeach on what grounds? What facts exist to impeach? House report, POTUS, no evidence of collusion. Fox News article. That was 1388. We're going on to 1389. You have a choice. Do what is right. We got a link here for a video. You have a choice. This came at 1754, just before 1800, which would be 6 o'clock. So 5:54 p.m. Eastern Standard, 1389. You have a choice. Do what is right. And we have a link. And, copy, pause, drop it, drop it, drop it. Back to the queue. I'm gonna go down here slowly so I don't make anyone nauseous. I'm pretty sure we covered everything, all right? Okay. All right, I'll do one more update. All right, folks, so there you go. I read them all. Go back through and do a little bit of research on a few of them myself. I'm going to link this video to end. I'm not sure what it is, but I typically will do that. Paste. Okay, there's nothing new popping up there. Okay. So again, if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. This is the Patriot Hour. I'm Michael, your host. Thanks for joining us. Please ring the bell to get the newest updates. Other things going on. John Kerry, talking Logan Act. He's meeting with people. Just like Q's been saying as well, going ahead of the POTUS. I can only imagine these conversations, you know. They're like, well, what about our other deal? And, oh, we're still good. Don't worry. You know, this guy now, he won't be there long. That's what they've been pitching. So these countries still they're getting all nervous. They've been getting hit up. Some of them are double playing. So it's all coming down, folks. Bad actors going down everywhere. Swamp's getting drained. The swamp reaches overseas. Some of these people, the nefarious acts, it's just devious. So stick with it. The plan, again, follow it till the end. We're going to keep reading them until we have some kind of, who it is. So stick with the Patriot Hour updates as well. These are our updates. Our hour-long show is evolving. We're getting better. We're planning to have guests on more and more. We're always going to try to get Ben back in the studio, Nate back in the studio, Scott, of course. He's pretty much here at least once a week, if not sometimes more. So, all right, stick by for the video. We're going to play that to finish out the broadcast, and we'll see you guys back here real soon for the next update, next video. God bless. Good evening. Godspeed each and every one of you. We'll see you here real soon.
Now let's set the record straight. There's no argument over the choice between peace and war. But there's only one guaranteed way you can have peace, and you can have it in the next second. Surrender. Admittedly, there's a risk in any course we follow other than this, but every lesson of history tells us that the greater risk lies in appeasement. And this is the specter our well-meaning liberal friends refuse to face, that their policy of accommodation is appeasement. And it gives no choice between peace and war, only between fight or surrender. If we continue to accommodate, continue to back and retreat, eventually we have to face the final demand, the ultimatum. And what then? When Nikita Khrushchev has told his people he knows what our answer will be. He has told them that we're retreating under the pressure of the Cold War, and someday, when the time comes to deliver the final ultimatum, our surrender will be voluntary, because by that time, we will have been weakened from within spiritually, morally, and economically. He believes this because from our side he's heard voices pleading for peace at any price, or better read than death, or as one commentator put it, he'd rather live on his knees than die on his feet. And therein lies the road to war, because those voices don't speak for the rest of us. You and I know and do not believe that life is so dear and peace so sweet as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery. If nothing in life is worth dying for, when did this begin? Just in the face of this enemy? Or should Moses have told the children of Israel to live in slavery under the Pharaohs? Should Christ have refused the cross? Should the patriots at Concord Bridge have thrown down their guns and refused to fire the shot heard round the world? The martyrs of history were not fools. And our honored dead, who gave their lives to stop the advance of the Nazis, didn't die in vain. Where then is the road to peace? Well, it's a simple answer after all. You and I have the courage to say to our enemies, there is a price we will not pay, there is a point beyond which they must not advance. Winston Churchill said the destiny of man is not measured by material computations. When great forces are on the move in the world, we learn they're spirits, not animals. He said there's something going on in time and space and beyond time and space, which, whether we like it or not, spells duty. You and I have a rendezvous with destiny. We'll preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth, or we'll sentence them to take the last step into 1,000 years of darkness.
You know what letter that is, Grover?
I think so.
What letter is this?
Q.